ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Hello and welcome back to Up the Cherries in all departments. We're doing a watch-along, everybody. Hopefully everybody can hear me. We have got these funky little mics now, and of course, I've got my main man here with me as well, Mr. Matthew Harrison. How are you doing, Matt?
Yeah, all good. Looking forward to today's game, and hopefully we can, get a good result.
Definitely. Now, as it says there, get involved in the show. Leave us your comments if you're at the game or watching elsewhere about what you think. Also, leave us your predictions here and let us know how you think it will end. No spoilers, though, please. No spoilers. Just in case you're watching it a little bit more in advance of us, because it just kind of ruins the surprise. Hopefully, it'll be a pleasant surprise, won't it, Matt?
Hopefully.
Yeah. And then hello to Sion. Good to have you with us. And this was a surprise. Yes, it wasn't a big announcement, but we're here, and I'm sure that we will have the room filled up very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. So I'll tell you what, Matt, let's go through a couple of things. Of course, we'll get on to discussing, the manager in a moment, I'm sure. There's no avoiding that. But let's talk about Wolves being unbeaten in the last 4.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I didn't even realise they would roll a run like that, to be honest. I haven't really paid much attention, in fairness. But, fair play to them. Some decent results there, obviously. Brighton, we all know what Brighton are like. So that's a very, very good result away at Brighton. Again, Palace, that would have been seen as an important point. Southampton, to be fair, you'd be expecting them to beat Southampton, in fairness. But the big surprise out of the package is obviously the 4-1 win at Craven Cottage last weekend, which was obviously a massive, massive win. Great result for them.
Yes.
And obviously they're going to be looking at wanting to carry on with their unbeaten run into this game this afternoon. So I think it's going to be a much, much trickier game than what it could have been at the start of the season.
And I was saying to Dave Azzopardi from Talking Wolves about this, in our preview show. So if you haven't caught that, watch it afterwards. Some really, really good points that he makes. But, I did say to him that, personally, I think that this is what Gary used to do when, he was our manager. And, I think, that is the real danger today is that, Gary will, he goes on these runs, don't he? He goes on these runs, and that's how we got out of trouble, wasn't it, that season?
Yeah, obviously he knows how to, pick up results, important results at important times. I'm still in favour, was in favour at the time, and obviously the club's made the right decision to make the change with Gary O'Neill when we did. I don't think Wolves fans are overly particularly happy with him, though, are they? Or aren't they? I don't really know, to be fair.
Yeah. Somebody called him a muppet. But this was before they beat Southampton.
Was that a Wolves fan, was it?
Yes, it was, yeah.
So is he liked there or not liked there? That's the bit I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
I think in some certain sectors he is. I think the job that he did was well respected last season. But I think, personally, I think some fans have found it very, very frustrating, this time around. So, yeah, I think Yeah, it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag. You know, Dave said it's probably in between the middle of a miracle worker and a muppet is how they view him. But at the same time, I think that you have to also look at what other issues they have got at that football club, and they have got other issues as well. You know, Fosun, Jeff Shee, they've sold a lot of players for a lot of money. And they really haven't invested that. But one theory out there is that, you know, Wolves are, you know, a lot weaker than they have been. And Dave said, well, no, we have got a bit of strength in depth, to be perfectly honest. So, yeah, it's not something that is completely shared, that element of it, you know, and not everybody says, well, at the end of the day, you know, it's one of those where, yeah, they are weaker than where they were, but they still have got more than enough that he feels to actually survive in the Premier League this season.
Interesting. Because, like I say, they were, you know, one of my favourites for relegation.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, it looks like at the moment with their run of results that, you know, obviously they're picking up, you know, some decent points, and just hopefully they don't pick up any points today.
Well, that's the big fear, isn't it, really? You know, I think that they're more than capable of hurting us today. You know, they did last season at Dean Court. We have got quite a good track record up there, to be fair, at Molineux, haven't we?
Yeah. We'll talk about that briefly shortly when we look at a bit of the head-to-head stuff.
Yeah.
With Wolves, but yeah, we've had some decent results, and obviously last year's game was a decent one from what I can remember. Obviously, there was that year when we were under Gary O'Neill that
yes,
we had that smash and grab win, didn't we? Where Tavernier got the winner for us. So yeah, we've had some decent performances up there, but let's just hope that continues today.
Oh, most definitely, and welcome along to everybody who is checking us out from multiple different platforms out there. I'm sure once we get going, you know, there will be a lot more of you with us. You know, at the end of the day, that's what they're here for, the match, not me, you know, going on about Wolves' form. But I'll tell you what, let's go on to the next part, which is the Wolves team news. I'm just going to talk through this as well. Pablo Sarabia, Craig Dawson and Santiago Bueno are all available after missing the win at Fulham through injury. O'Neill also expects goalkeeper Sam Johnson to be part of the matchday squad. Captain Mario Lamina impressed at centre-back alongside Totti Gomez at Fulham, with Dawson and Bueno absent. I think he can play there. It was a decent discovery for us with the injury to Yerson Mosquera and some other factors that have led us to be a little bit short in that area. To be as good as he was in the centre-back partnership of just two was very impressive. And O'Neill has zero concerns about the informed Matthias Cunha potentially being a target for other clubs in January. This is something that I did bring up with Dave in that preview. Asked if there was a scenario where an answer to an inquiry would be anything but no. O'Neill replied, Matthias won't leave in January, definitely not. On Bournemouth, there'll be a tough test. They press the most in the league. They're incredibly direct and play a lot of long balls.
A lot of long balls.
Lots of long balls.
A lot of long.
That's
I don't know if I agree Gary. With a lot of long balls.
I'm not sure where you've got that from, Gary.
We are very good at getting that ball forward from the centre back's position into the striker.
Yes.
And obviously that's when the likes of Semenyo and Tavernier, they can get wide and we can start obviously creating an attack. But I don't know whether I would say that we do a lot of long balls. I don't know if I agree with that.
No, Gary.
If somebody disagrees with that and thinks that we do, then pop it in the comments.
Yes.
I don't think I wouldn't describe that as a lot of long balls.
No, completely agree.
But we do use them to our advantage.
They play forwards and test your resilience. We're 4 unbeaten, but desperate to make that 5. So Gary's not going to be going easy on us today, as we expected. O'Neill spoke about the importance of a strong team environment at the club. Myself and Matt discuss it a lot. And one of the first things I said is that every signing we make needs to fit the culture. I spoke about playing for Wolves when I first arrived. You have to earn the right to wear the shirt. It's a big club, and supporters spend a lot of money, time, and energy, giving everything to support the club. There we go. There we are. That is the thoughts of our former manager, Gary O'Neill, Wolves' manager. So, to Cherries team news, there's no fresh injury concerns, but there are one or two players with small things, and we was hopeful they'd be available on Saturday. Ryan Christie is back in contention after serving his one-match suspension, but Anton Semenyo is not, after picking up his 5th yellow card of the season against the Seagulls last weekend. Semenyo is a player you don't want to lose, but the club is using the forward suspension as a small break and a chance for him to deload after featuring in all of the 12 Premier League games so far this season. And yeah, I think that's a very, very good point.
I think he's spot on there. You don't want to lose the player, but at the same time, he's played in every game. It might give him just a little bit of respite before Christmas, because obviously that's when we know there's a big run of games.
Yes.
Maybe this is just that little period where he can just sort of have a break, recharge his batteries, and continue his good form.
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. On the past 2 difficult games, which resulted in 2 defeats for the Cherries, this is what Andoni Iraola said. We weren't as efficient as we were in the other games. If we are not close to 100%, we don't win games. We have to improve in the moments when the points are shared. But he is anticipating another difficult game against Wolves, who have won their past 2 league games. They are surely in their best moment of the season. They come to us without any losses in their past 4. We have to be ready for a good, very good team. We have to be at their level. There is no surprise that Wolves had turned their form around in the past. In their first run of fixtures, it was very difficult because they played against all the top teams. A similar thing happened to us last season. Now they have had more games against the teams around their level, and they've been very good. This is something I said to Dave, and they have had, and there's somebody who does all these statistics, and they worked out that Wolves, on this point scoring statistic thing, had much the hardest start out of anybody. Praise Gary O'Neill for doing hell of a job during his time at Bournemouth. Well done, Andoni. Completely do agree with you on that. Highlighting. Wow, some people won't, but I do personally think, Gary did, a very, very, very good job at this football club. Keeping us in the top flight in that first season. Yes, I know now why we didn't keep hold of him and, did choose to make the move, because Iraola has brought us on a little bit further. He is Bill Foley's man, and I think, there was all this talk of Bielsa. He went for a bad run of form, O'Neill, didn't he? But I think Iraola steps it up again, and it's a style of play. I had a really interesting conversation actually with somebody on Facebook earlier on, and we was discussing this. And the style of Iraola's football is good, but one thing that I personally think is sometimes you might need to drop that to play a little bit ugly, to play a little bit Sean Dyche, Sam Allardyce, just to get the 3 points across the board. But I think. It was a difficult Premier League campaign that season, and the Cherries did it under his management. As Iraola says, Matheus Cunha is a difference maker for the opponents. Every team has players that don't need lots to score, make very big plays, or give an assist. Cunha is that player for Wolves. I know him very well because I also played against him in the Liga when he was at Atletico Madrid. He is a top player. Yes. Yeah, he's a danger. So let's have a look at Wolves' lineup. I do apologise if I butcher any of the names, but in goal they've got Joseph Sarr, Lamina, Totti, and Aït-Nouri are the back 3. Nelson Semedo, Andre Gomez, and Rodrigo Gomez is the said midfielders. Bellegrade and Cunha, and then Strand Larsen up front. And yes, you have got there on the bench Sam Johnson, of course, who of course was in the England setup a little while back. Let's have a look at the Cherries, though. Here we are. Kepa in goal. Adam Smith at right back. Zabania and Senesi keeping hold of their partnership in the centre of defence. Kirkes on the left. Christie and Adams. A bit more of a defensive midfield with Kluivert up front. Just in a more advanced midfield position. Tavernier and Brooks. And, of course, Evan Nilsson leading the line. On the bench, Mark Travers, Max Aarons, James Hill, Dean Howson, Dongo, Enisu now, Philip Billen, and big two mentions to Kinsey and also Winterburn, who are on the bench. So we may see some youngsters today.
Yeah, possibly. I think it's good to see Christie back into the midfield. I think, obviously, I think we discussed on cherry picking this week that we missed the intensity of Christie being in that midfield.
Yes.
It's a shame that obviously Cookie's not involved today. He must have some niggle, or I'm not too sure at the minute why he's not involved. But obviously Adams is in there defensively. We know Adams can do a good job. So hopefully with Christie alongside him today, we may not struggle so much as we did in the midfield. Against Brighton. Brooksy, another one that we spoke about this week on cherry picking, was obviously Brooksy deserving his chance, which it looks like he's now got. So yeah, not a bad lineup. Obviously, we would have preferred possibly Cook probably being in there, to be fair. But other than that, the youngsters on the bench, fair play to them. I think Kingsley was on the bench against Brighton, if I remember rightly. So he's been involved in a few first teams. But I think Winterburn, I think this is his first time that he's been involved in the first team. So
it is, yes.
Yeah, so fair play to him. And you never know. You never know when the manager's going to call on you when you're on the bench. So, it might be a day where, one of them makes their debuts. But I would imagine, obviously, Iraola would probably use the more experienced regular players ahead of those two. I think they're probably just here to make the numbers up, really. But what an experience for them going to Molineux in a Premier League game, being involved in the first team setup for this game. I'm sure it's a great experience for them and great experience for their development. So, even if they don't get on today, I'm sure it's going to be a massive, massive experience for the lads. And, fair play to them. So, but all in all, the bench is got some couple of players there that could come on and change the game if needs be.
Now let's quickly look at the head-to-head before the game kicks off. The Cherries have won 6 of their 10 away games against Wolves in all competitions, losing the other 4, unfortunately, though. Wolves versus Bournemouth, 31 goals for Wolves, 22 for Bournemouth. But 35% of wins for us, 28 for Wolves.
I think that stat is just at Molineux, I think. So that is interesting. Yes,
most definitely. Wolves' Premier League games have seen 48 goals so far this season, more than any other side. In their 20 goals scored is the most they have managed at 12 games into a top flight campaign since 1972-73, whilst the 28 conceded is the most at this stage since 1983-1984. So, as you can see, they score a lot, they concede a lot as well. So,
I think it's going to be a goal-scoring game today. I'm going to say I don't think it's going to be a 0-0 draw, this one. I think it's going to be, some goals in it. It might be a good game for the neutral.
Yes, most definitely. Keep your comments coming. We will read them out as they come through as well. But the game is literally about 4 minutes away. Let us know what your score predictions are going to be. If you are watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe, hit the bell button. Make sure that you keep in contact with Up the Cherries in all departments. We've got some really, really good stuff coming as well very shortly. And also, we had Mark Pugh and Neil Meldrum on recently, didn't we? Which was a real joy to watch.
That was a really good one.
Well, to watch. I watched it back, but it was really, really good fun. So, make sure, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, do all that jazz, and let us know. Can you hear us properly? I think you probably can.
Well, I'd like to think so.
Yeah. Hopefully you heard all that, and I wasn't just waffling to myself.
Because it would be dreadful if we were just sat here talking to ourselves.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, but I don't think.
Yeah. Not that anybody can see me at the minute, but I'm just busy finding out
Matt's doing some graphics.
Well, not quite graphics, but yeah. Just something to keep us informed throughout the game.
Yes. And Sion, thank you very much. Sounds good. Yeah, I've got these new little DJI microphones here, so they're quite good. Quite expensive though as well at the same time. So they're pricey.
Where'd you get them from?
It's a work thing. Let's say that I'm doing some marketing. So I've even got the microphone. Hi, I'm Ed Winchester.
Ed Winchester.
Ed Winchester.
The good old Fast Show.
The Fast Show. What a quality show that was. Simon Day as well.
And just to plug it, they're going on tour next year.
Are they?
Apparently so, yeah.
There we go. Well, we are literally 2 minutes away from the game. Make sure, you keep up to date with everything on Up the Cherries in all departments. Like I say, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell button, share it around all your social media platforms. And yes, we are just about to get the game. Well,
we got
underway.
Well,
here we go. Look at this.
It's always a good way there, Molineux. Always a good game. But it's I'm surprised that, do you know what, like I say, I didn't even realise they'd been on the run that they'd been on, to be honest with you. It's you repositioning.
That looks better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Nobody just wants to see just my Fizzog.
They're number 11 that's on the bench today.
Yeah.
I quite like him. I quite rate him. And he's not getting in the team. Is there a reason for that?
Wang Hee-chan.
Yeah, I like him.
I do. I think he's very, very good. I think he's an exceptional player, but I'm not sure. Why, I think he's been always quite ruthless in front of goal, hasn't he? But, I think, I'm not really sure why they haven't been playing him so much. I tell you what, seeing as we are just getting out of the way, look at this. We even have fancy new graphics. There we are. Look at that in the corner.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Evan Nielsen up front.
I'm glad to see Brooksy in. For a start.
I am.
Definitely glad to see Brooksy in. I've always been a fan of Brooksy, and I think I was thinking this season might be a season where he might have to go out on loan again for minutes, but it's great to see him part of the starting lineup today.
There's Gary and Andoni Iraola shaking hands. Gary, is he a man under pressure? Is he a Muppet or is he a miracle worker? Let us know what you think of Gary O'Neill. I think this is such a tough job for him, this Wolves job. They haven't helped. They really haven't helped. I think Jeff Shee has been... You look at the amount of players they've sold and how they've reinvested that. But then again, who was the guy that was charged? And we're underway. So Wolves have kicked us off. They've gone straight back to their goalkeeper. And You know what, Gary said a long ball game that we play. They play straight away a long ball, but yeah. Gary spoke too soon there, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight long ball, straight up. Spanier obviously won the header, but
and then of course it's gone off for a Wolves throw in here. So yeah. About 30 seconds just gone.
We'll obviously keep everybody updated with other scores as well as they come in. I think there's a few 3 o'clock kickoffs today, isn't there? 4.
There is, there is.
Newcastle being 1.
Yes.
Newcastle being 1. And I think there's another game, isn't there? Is it Brentford? Brentford Leicester? It's
oh yes, yeah.
Oh, we got Evan Nelson's breaking into the box.
Here into the box. Oh, he's chopped down.
That's a foul, surely.
That's a penalty. It's a penalty straight away within a minute to AFC Bournemouth. Here we go.
Oh,
the Wolves players are remonstrating with the referee. They're trying to get in the referee's face, but yeah, Evan Nilsson doing that again is excellent play. You know, he's run through, he's controlled that ball. You know,
it's a silly tackle now when you look at it. You can't go to the ground like that.
He's caught Evan Nilsson's foot. I wonder if even this could be, you know, is it a last man offence?
From a defending point of view, he's not. I don't think he's last man. No,
it's definitely a penalty.
It's 100% a penalty. You can't, as a defender, you would have been better to just stand him up rather than go in for the tackle there. To be honest, I think, and try and put him off. But Evan what are they watching here? They're watching a touch. They're trying to see if it's touched Evan Nilsson's hand there, but it's not.
Checking penalty foul. No, they're checking the foul.
There's a way,
but he's made impact with the foot. He's made impact with the foot. You know, of
there's no
way they can overturn it.
Yeah, the ball's on the spot with Clive.
Yeah, I think that's decision made. I'm not checking the comments at the moment because, of course, we do have this penalty. Justin Cliver on the spot against Jose Sarr. Yes! Get in!
Too easy.
Excellent. And, of course, AFC Bournemouth are 1-0 up. There we are. We can finally use that graphic. Didn't really need to make that 0-0 one, did I?
Well...
It wasn't on there for very long. There we go.
And I did say there'd be goals in this game, so it's a nice early start for us anyway. But,
well, I've got up to 2-2. I think I have. If it goes beyond that, you know, I'll probably have to make some more on the spin. So don't worry, I've got it planned.
Well, as we've scored, Brentford 0, Leicester 0, Palace 0, Newcastle 0. And Forest 0 and Ipswich 0. So this is the most exciting game within the sort of first 5 minutes.
Sion said, VAR confirmed, yes. And an excellent, well-taken penalty as well by Justin Cliver.
That's what they were looking at first. Yeah. You see where the ball dropped onto the shoulder. That's what they were looking at first.
But, you know, like earlier on in the season against Newcastle.
Oh, yeah, it's dropped here. It's dropped here. That's never a handball. But that's what that's why they kept replaying that bit back. Because they were seeing, they were looking at whether that was a handball at first, and they've made a quick decision, no way it's not, and then they've gone straight on to checking the foul. So, yeah, well done VAR.
Marcus Tavernier kind of made a little bit of a mistake there, letting the ball just run, but he's got it here. Good pass to Evan Nilsson, who struck it. Oh,
at the moment,
Jose
got him rattled, I think.
Yeah,
because it's all Bournemouth in the attacking half.
Just gone in, and of course Senesi controlling at the back, calm as you like, moves it forwards. Excellent ball there to Justin Cliver.
Nicely done by Cliver, wasn't it? That was a nice little pass to Brooksy.
Got Zabania now on the ball. He's got it at the back. Christie was asking for it. He didn't get it at first. Now he has, but it's then passed it out to Marcus Tavernier, and that pass back wasn't particularly very good. Wolves do come forward with the ball, and they're in a fairly decent position. Oh no! That was poor defending. Poor defending.
Did say there'd be goals in it, but yeah, that is not very good defending at all. Who let's see the replay on that.
Shit defending. What the fuck was we actually doing at the back there? I want to see Kepa's.
Here we go.
So the ball's come in. Yeah. Said that was a good position there.
Zabanier's let him go too easily. He's got goal side of him. He's onside. Easy header.
Well,
he's let him have that just that little inch on him on his run. Look, you can see Zabanier knows he's stranded there.
Yeah.
He's no way is he gonna win the ball without actually fouling the player. Disappointing. Good start. Seemed to have all the pressure in their half for the sort of first 4 minutes or so, and yeah, very, very disappointing to
cut out
concede.
Stupid mistakes like that. You know, we've made a couple of silly mistakes in the past couple of games, and I think,
to be honest, it's more that he's just giving him that little bit on his run to just get ahead of him. You know, I don't think it's just poor defending, isn't it? Really, it's not really like a mistake. It's just poor defending, unfortunately.
Wolves seem to have us a little bit rattled now, which is annoying. Their number 5 has gone to ground.
It's amazing how quickly where they looked a bit rattled, and you know, one ball their first attack, and they've
but
scored.
Bad pass there by the Wolves man. And Brooks's pass, but Christie's picked it straight back up again. Cliver tries a cross, but couldn't get it across. But, you know, he does recover well, but fortunately he's outcrowded 2 Wolves men there, and it's out for a goal kick. And Gary O'Neill is stood there.
I think this is going to be, you know, a difficult, might be a bit of a difficult afternoon now. But, you know, it's a long way to go. It's very, very early, isn't it? It's
well, it's only the first 10 minutes.
And the scores elsewhere are still 0-0. Still 0-0.
I doubt it will, but you know.
But again, our high press, we're still in their half. The majority of this game has been in the Wolves' half, isn't it? Even though they have managed to get an equaliser.
Oh, that was a good move by Christie. Fantastic by Christie. Excellent. Over to Tavernier. Tavernier finds Kirkes.
Oh, what goal!
It's a goal. It is in the goal. For a moment, I thought that hit the side netting. My eyes are playing tricks on me. There you go. That's something you didn't actually think you'd see.
Christie's intensity in this midfield.
Honestly, fantastic goal. Fantastic goal. When you look at it, he picked up. Yeah, Christie was. Look at that.
Lovely little back heel though for Milvan Nielsen.
He's not the most skillful player in the world, but bloody hell does he work hard.
But credit to Kirkes getting forward into the box as quick as he did there, because obviously it's given Tavernier the option to just slot him through. Great finish, difficult one. That's a very easy shot to put straight over the bar.
What a goal! What a goal! I tell you what. Let's have a look at these comments. And Ryan at Huddersfield Town Fan TV. Hello, Ryan. How are you doing, mate? Good to see you. And Sion said, another goal. I tell you what. Here we go. I'll say, you said it was going to be exciting.
I did say it was goals in this game, didn't I? And I said it for a neutral, it's probably going to be an exciting game. But at least we're on the right end of the scoreline at the moment. Let's hope we can just build on it. Don't want to concede another quick goal, do we?
No.
But
Wolves do come forwards quickly.
Elsewhere across the Premier League is still 0-0. Brentford 0, Leicester 0, Crystal Palace 0, Newcastle 0, and Nottingham Forest 0, Ipswich 0. So,
wonder if Ipswich can get their first win. Well, the first win away, wouldn't it? No, they beat Spurs away, didn't they? Is your live score graph going to cope? No, I have actually got, we use Canva for graphics as most. Oh, hang on. I'll tell you in a second. Christie! Oh, good shot.
Parried
it, but,
difficult shot.
did pick it up before it went out for a corner. Christie, so far, man of the match by far. He's been excellent. It's only 10 minutes in, but, I think he's been exceptional, isn't he?
He's a great player, Christie.
Really has been good. Look at that. Excellent strike. I tell you what, that's not easy for Sarr. That's not easy at all. But yeah, the graphics is coming back to it. We use Canva, so I've got it up there so I can quickly create another
Ball
one.
in the box from Clive. Nielsen.
Oh, nearly.
Yeah, not enough on the ball to put it past the keeper there. Very easy one for Sarr. But good to still see that we're putting balls in the box.
Didn't have time though, did he? He didn't have time. He could have.
Iraola. So.
Yeah, Iraola, I'm sure he's delighted with what he's seen going forward so far. Going at the back, maybe not so much. I think Zabani is probably going to get a little bit of an earful from Iraola. Although I don't think he really does that, does he? I don't think he's going to give him a bollocking, is he? You never know. Eddie come across as always a calm man, didn't he? And then, we found out that, yes, Eddie could lose his temper. Ball's thrown on, and we go back. Oh, Wolves go back. Sorry. Gone on to this right-hand side. The right-hand side, it seems like they're aiming towards that side of the pitch, which I'm quite happy with. Because, well done, Smudge.
Smithy. Yeah. Made his presence felt there as well, didn't he, with that tackle?
Yeah. I'm quite happy with that. If they keep going down that, right-hand side, they're coming up against Kirkes. And, let's be honest, Kirkes doesn't lose very many battles.
No. He's someone that if I was on that flank, I don't really want to play against him, to be honest, because he's a good tackler of the ball as well. Tough player. Too easy to put a ball through like that from Wolves. That is just too easy not to be tracking that.
Luckily, the ball was just too fast. It was too quick, through.
If that hadn't have been too quick, then Gomez was in.
Yes, yeah. So far, I would say best performance by Evan Nilsson. Yeah, I can't disagree. In this first 12 minutes, Evan Nilsson has been very, very good. He's won the penalty. He's had an opportunity. I don't think he had much time to actually compose himself for that opportunity, so I can't really hold anything against him on that front. I wouldn't disagree with that, to be honest. And I think, so far a very, very good performance.
I mean, in fairness, we were talking about Evan Nilsson on cherry picking this week, weren't we? And how Iraola's saying that
he's settled, isn't he?
He's settled. So, and he's looking like that today. He's created as well. He's had the chance. Obviously, the chance was unfortunately didn't get enough on the balls, but he's very much involved in this game, isn't he? In terms of creating chances. So, Clive, lovely move by Clive.
Yeah,
I'm lucky he didn't come off, but well done, Brooksy, to win the ball back.
I think Brooks is really getting back to his best now. I think, like when, of course, I met him, during that period as well. And, he was going through a lot, and it takes a lot out of your body, when you have something like that and you're having therapy and all sorts. And he was never going to come straight back. It wasn't going to be a case of, right, okay, all the chemo's finished, he's back to where he was. It was never going to be like that. It was going to be a long, long process. But, fair play to him. Some people wouldn't come back from that. But, hold on a second. This is a bit surprising. Evan Nilsson, Yeah, Evan Nilsson is holding his leg here. Hopefully. Oh, hang on. Not sure what's going on there.
He's been told to look at the monitor. The game continued.
Well, yeah.
And VAR was obviously already looking at the situation. Hence, that's come up.
Well.
And now he's been told to make the decision himself. Now, normally, when the referee goes to the screen, normally means he's going to give it, doesn't it?
Could this be a red card for the goalkeeper? Because the goalkeeper kind of puts his studs towards Evan Nilsson's leg. Have a look at this. Here we go. So, Evan Nilsson comes across, and he does kick him in the back of the leg. Is it intentional? No, I don't think it's intentional. I think the goalkeeper's going to strike the ball. Evan Nilsson has really used his head. It's another penalty. Yes, get in. Wolves fans can't believe it. There's a chap shaking his head. His mother's not looking very pleased. I think she's wishing she'd gone out Christmas shopping. But we have got another penalty. Jose Sarr's not looking very happy himself. There was no intention in that. He was dragging his leg back to kick it, but he was not aware of where Evan Nilsson was. Evan Nilsson, fantastic. Absolutely fucking fantastic. Wins the ball back. Bosh. Another penalty for AFC Bournemouth. But I'm sure Justin Kluivert will step back up to the spot. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he can convert this one as well. So, there we go. We are 16 minutes in, and I'm already going to have to make a new graphic. Should have.
I did say at the beginning, have you done a graphic for every possible scenario?
Shall I prepare it now?
Well, I don't know. Let's just see.
Let's just see. Right.
Here we go. Kluivert. I think he's going to convert it. I'm confident.
Yeah, I'm confident. He looks confident. Fucking get in! 3-1. AFC Bournemouth 3. Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Gary O'Neill is probably as pissed off as, anything down there. I can't think of what else to say, but I tell you what a fantastic performance so far from the Cherries. They've had me making new graphics. Let's get it up. Here we go. That's a dodgy thing to say. But 3-1. 3-1 AFC Bournemouth. Let's have a look at your comments. There's loads in here. Oh, Maxwell House is in the house. Maxwell House is in the house. There he is. There we are. He's put another penalty.
Yeah.
VAR again. 3-1 penalty. Max, please don't reveal the actual score yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, Max, can we have no spoilers, please?
Otherwise, it will be Maxwell House over your roast dinner this Christmas.
And we will tell Nanny.
Yes, and that's why I say penalty VAR, don't give away the outcome. Yeah, no, thanks, Sion. And there we are. Yeah, I think, some Maxwell House over his turkey. There we are. A little bit like Only Fools and Horses.
That's right.
Yeah, we're both big Only Fools and Horses fans, aren't we?
Yes. As you can see.
Yeah, lovely, jubbly. Might have to show everybody those. They're brilliant.
I've actually got another box of them that's still in their box.
Have you?
Here's Tavernier.
There you go, Tavernier. Is he going to make me make another graphic straight away? Oh, great ball cross. Oh,
well cut out by the defender there. That was
we've gone backwards. We look ruthless today, Smithy. Smithy,
can't begrudge him a shot from there, going for glory when you're 3-1 up in the first 20 minutes. It's not very often Smithy gets the opportunity to have a shot, so let him have it.
Hopefully he's trimmed.
But well cut out by the defender there, because Brooksy would have got a shot on target there, definitely from that position. But yeah, no, well defended.
And we have got your brother's in the house.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. Samuel Harrison. How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. It's the Paddy and Ricky Gervais show here. There we are. You get two.
Well, I was actually in contact with a celebrity agent about getting a celebrity to come and join me today, and I was trying to get James Corden, but they sent me a stunt double.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I've got James Corden's stunt double here with me.
You stole my little black book of contacts, didn't you?
But unfortunately, they couldn't provide me with James Corden today, so they provided me his lookalike.
Yeah. Oh dear. I don't know what's worse.
Easy,
James
too
Corden
easy,
or
too
Paddy.
easy,
Oh
too
no.
easy.
Yeah, there we are. Back to Kepa. Kepa forward with the ball, but I think he was going to try and get it out quickly, but chose not to. There'll be always
I've got to say, the
arguments.
goalkeeper kits this season, I do like this one that Kepa's wearing today and the blue one. Very much so.
They did have at the club shop a couple of the limited edition ones of each of them as well with the badge. Why has that not been cleared by Semenyo properly? A bit of miscommunication there between.
That was quick distribution. Well done there from Kepa, because that could have easily been a tricky distribution, but he's managed to get it out quick straight to one of us and continue the game. See, that's what worries me, is when the ball does go back across.
Stop
to Kepa.
Playing it bloody out like that. That's, he had so much more options to get it to Zabania rather than hold on to the ball for that long.
I think he's gone. I think he's tried to go long with the ball, hasn't he?
Yeah. Paddy Kirk. Paddy Kirk.
Paddy Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think when the Barnet goes, there will be Paddy.
Oh, thanks. Get a pair of very bulky glasses. Look like Deirdre Rashid as well.
Oh, look, here we go. Kluivert's through. Kluiver's through. What a ball. What a ball. Great defending, though.
Yeah.
They're number 5. I think he's normally a midfielder, isn't he? They're number 5.
Yeah.
And I think he was forced to play him at centre-back against Fulham, and he did well, and he's playing in there again today. And what a tackle on Kluivert that was, because Kluivert was through.
Oh, yeah.
So Kluivert was through, wasn't he? So
Gary O'Neill's not looking very happy. He's looking frustrated. I think, in fairness to him, this is a tough job. I was never his biggest fan, but I still think he did a good job at Bournemouth when he came in under the situation he came in. We were favourites to go down. He kept us up. We made the change. We made the right change. Yeah. But the job he's taken on at Wolsey, I do think he's been stitched up a little bit with the players that have gone out the door. And they haven't replaced them, I don't feel. They're not playing badly, Wolves. I've got to hand it to them. They're not playing, they're 3-1 down. First sort of 20 minutes, they're not playing badly. Yeah. But I do think, it is a difficult job for Gary O'Neill up there. It really is. Like I say, good coach, great coach. I've never, ever really doubted his coaching ability, ever. I think he's a really good coach, but the manager at the time, as Bournemouth manager at the time, it was the right decision to make the change. But completely agree. It's just if he keeps Wolves in the Premier League this season, fair play to him, because I think he's had a very, very tough job. Yes, tougher job than when he was at Bournemouth, probably. To be fair to him. Well, that's a good ball, although it's gone out, hasn't it? It's kind of... And the expectation up at Wolves, they are a big club, aren't they, Wolves? Yeah, they are. They are a big club. It's a big expectation as well. I still think it's going to be very difficult for them, but have they got just enough? Time will tell. Oh, yeah, time will tell. I still think Everton could be in this mix. What's that one? Yeah, Kepa has actually done something good. Wow. Even though we have conceded one, this is the most dominant display I've seen so far. Yeah, I think so. You've got to say this. David Brooks. Matt Ritchie has just scored for Portsmouth as well. There we are. Do you know what? That was an interesting thing we learnt from the Mark Pugh interview, was that what type of player Matt Ritchie is in training, and he actually said down at Portsmouth now, even at his age, Pewey said, didn't he, I'll guarantee that he's probably the best trainer on that pitch. And it's still paying off for him, obviously. Fair play to him. He's back at Pompey where it all started, and
hopefully, Pompey can stay up in the Championship. It'd be good to see him stay up.
Yeah, fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed.
Difficult league though, the Championship, as we know full well. So
yes, it is.
Yeah, no, fair play to Matt Ritchie. It's always good to see a former player doing well.
We are 25 minutes in
We're
here.
letting them have a lot of ball in the midfield at the minute, but we've won
That's
it back.
very, very
Again,
good
Christie,
by Ryan Christie.
Intensity, running forward. Now with Brooksy, look.
We missed him against Brighton.
Absolutely. That's where you need to win the ball back there, Adams. Come on, let's get a tackle in.
One of those unsung heroes.
Now he's up against Kirkes. Well cut out by Senesi and away.
Yes.
Cleared out of danger. Nice and easy, simple. If in doubt, kick it out. He knew he had the man behind him there, so Kirkes has put the ball out and fair play to him. Simple defending.
Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Semenyo is going to throw this on for Wolves. 25 minutes in. Well, it's nearly 26. And the ball's going to be thrown in. Well, taking a sweet time about it. And looks like it's a corner for Wolves. Marcus Tavernier is not particularly very happy about it. Not missing Semenyo so far. Yeah, I think so. Later the game, Keith French, where's Cook? I'm not sure. I think it's
Not injured, apparently.
Is he? Here we
not
are.
too bad, I hope. And yeah, we hope not as well. Because again, one of my players of the season, Lewis Cook. So yeah, let's hope it's not too bad. Let's hope he's back in time for the Ipswich game.
Yeah, definitely. He didn't look too bad the other day, but you can't really tell when they're out and about because he was his new hairdresser's grade 92 Camford Cliffs. Of course, they just opened and he looked all right. He looked moving around all right then, but yeah.
Got up well for the header there, the Wolves number 9. I think he might have taken a knock on the way down. That was a great header. He completely out-jumped.
We've got to be careful with this.
There? He's completely out-jumped Marcus Senesi, sandwiched in between Senesi and Christie. Out-jumped him. Great header. Would have been a great goal.
Isn't he? He looks a bit of
I
a
don't
danger,
know much about
actually.
this kiddie, but what I've seen of him, he seems like he can be a bit of a handful.
Yeah. Maybe this is where, I thought, he would have started this game. But, I think...
Well, this is what I was saying before. I really rate that guy. And if this is the guy that's keeping him out, then you can kind of see why at the minute. Because he's got an aerial presence about him as well, isn't he? I mean, to out-jump Senesi and Christie there like he's done there...
Yeah.
Was a superb jump. Fair play to him.
Sion said, first away game of the season I'm going to at Ipswich. You know what? I really wanted to go. I really, really wanted to go to Ipswich away. I'm a bit gutted, actually. But yeah, only found out the other day they don't have any tickets left. But yeah, I was going to make the jaunt up to Portman Road and hopefully see a good result up there. I don't think that's going to be an easy game, actually, Ipswich away. It's not going to be an easy game.
I think they're looking at him here for concussion, aren't they? The Wolves medical staff. Is that because it looks like they're looking and checking?
Gary O'Neill's, talking
like
to his staff. It might be that they make a change.
Might be a
here.
substitution here. Yeah.
Yeah, Gary O'Neill, I think, is going to appeal to the referee and ask to make a switch. Just seeing the penalty call again.
Would be nice to see Irvin Nelson on the score sheet today because, he has done well, hasn't he, up there? He's been a handful up front.
This is the
nice
thing.
To see a goal in return. But if he doesn't, he's definitely played his part in 2 of the Bournemouth goals. So
yeah, completely agree. Kirkes' goal, absolutely excellent. Sarr, I feel a bit sorry for him actually. If I was in neutral, I'd feel really sorry for him because at the end of the day, but then he has held on to it for too long. Kepa could have done that the same at the other end, really. He held on to it for too long. That's what concerns me. Travers would get that straight out. He'd be more aware of what's going on around him. Whereas Kepa, I don't think seems to be like that.
There seems to be a interesting game developing at Brentford. Brentford 2, Leicester City 1. So that's another game that's got some goals involved, and the other 2 games still 0-0.
Oh, Marcus Tavernier just tried to have a go, but it was probably flighted a little bit awkwardly for him. Brentford are a surprise, but they're very good at home, aren't they?
Yes.
They're exceptional at home. So, yeah. How is Kepa doing? I would say,
Should be back shortly.
Yeah, that's fine. No problem. I think he's done all right. He has held on to the ball a little bit too long at certain points. When Wolves were moving forwards and, he held on to it for too long. Could have got caught out a little bit like Jose Sarr did for our goal, our second penalty. But, I think he's done all right. I'd still rather Mark Travers there. In all honesty, I'd rather Mark Travers. Kevin doing okay. Not really had much to. Yeah, not really had too much, but it did concern me. When that ball, when he had control of that ball, at the back, he should have really passed it off quicker than he actually did. Because, hey, you're just playing yourself into trouble there. Where's the mascot Fletch? Well, did you hear him barking there? Yeah, he's here. He's been a good boy. As always. Got his Cherries kit on. We go. Oh, Chrissy tried to get it through to Evan Nielsen again. Very, 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 very clever by Ryan Christie. He's been my man of the match so far. Wolves, their number 27, brings it forwards. Ryan Christie, there again picked up the ball, but tried to pass it through to Evan Nielsen. Just got dispossessed, but very, very good. Fletch is all right, isn't he?
Yeah, well, have you just heard him?
Yeah, I think.
Unfortunately, a parcel arrived. So.
Fair enough. He gets a bit excited about parcels.
Gets a bit excited about everything. Bless him.
Yeah. Dog bone?
He's not allowed, but we don't give him bones.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
No. I've just given him a little treat, and he's.
Oh, there we are.
He's gone back to.
Was that what was in the parcel?
No. Some clothes for the wife.
Oh, fair enough. Oh,
dangerous ball there. That was dangerous.
Wolves are calling for a penalty, but I think it's very, very weak.
No, it's not. A penalty.
That's Cunha called for that. And here we go. Forward we go again. Tavernier, dispossessed, but he's a throw on to AFC Bournemouth. Cunha's still having a little bit of a moan about it. But yeah, absolutely nothing. How the hell does he think that could ever be a penalty? He's basically jumped onto the back of Tavernier and then turned around and said this should be a penalty. That make any fucking sense whatsoever? No. There we are. There we go. It's quite congested down that right-hand side for Wolves, down our left. Oh, they're trying to appeal for a penalty again, but they're not going to get it because it is weak as anything. Wolves looking a bit desperate at this moment in time with these shouts. I'm sure Gary won't appreciate that because at the end of the day, that's not going to work very well for them. When there isn't a thing. Oh, that's a beautiful ball.
Oh, what a ball in there by
excellent
Cliver. What a
ball
lovely
by
little
Cliver.
chip over.
Maybe he should have hit it first time. You know,
Thing
let's
is,
just have a little look at it.
From the Wolves, that's never a penalty.
Absolutely nothing in that.
They're replaying this penalty shout for Wolves. It's not a penalty.
Absolutely.
But that cross in there from Cliver, where he's put it towards the back post there, where Tavernier's coming in.
Yeah.
From a Wolves perspective, that's not great defending because Tavernier's there completely open. Probably, you're right, should have hit it first time.
Gary looks very, very pissed off. Hopefully he stays pissed off. That's a good little bit of play by Wolves.
Well defended by Smithy.
Yeah, Smithy, you know, he knew where that was going. But some decent play there down that left-hand side from Wolves. We haven't seen them much on the left-hand side. They've been attacking mostly down our right, which is probably, dare I say it, our strongest. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with them targeting the right-hand side all day long. But, yeah, we saw them attack down the left and it wasn't bad play, really. Cunha's going to bring it in. And
live table. There's a question about the live table just come in.
Has it?
Yeah.
Right.
And on the live table, we are currently sat in 11th.
Yes. Yeah.
On the live table.
Newcastle, of course, if they are beaten by Crystal Palace, will go beneath us.
And that won't go down well up there.
No. Or actually, will they? Because of the goals scored. I think I might be wrong. Don't listen to me.
No, they won't. They've got their point ahead.
No, that's the live table. So at the moment, that's with their point from Crystal
that's what
Palace.
I mean at the minute. Yeah, so if they stay 0-0,
yeah, if they go 1-0 down,
if they go 1-0 down with the goal,
we go into the top 10.
We will. We will leapfrog them. Yeah, that's
Sion said, I'm happy with that. Same here. You know, I think the talk of Europe, I think Bill Foley had that in his mind. I think that's what his aims was. I think step by step is probably the best option. Look at what happened to Brighton last season. They went into Europe. They really struggled towards the end of the year. And I think that's a big thing, you know, that can happen, especially if we don't have a very good start to the season, you know, playing loads of European games. We don't really want to be in a relegation battle, but have gone to the capital of Moldova. So that's a good corner by David Brooks there. Unfortunately, nobody could get on the end of it. No Wolves players got on the end of it, though, really, either. So it ran all the way through. Yeah, very good corner there by David Brooks. Right, we are going to have a corner now from Justin Cliver. I think he's probably going to swing this probably to the edge of the D, I reckon. And David Brooks is waiting in that position. Now, is he going to move forwards, or is this going to be something where we're going to try and take a shot from some distance? No, it's going quite close into the goal, but it's headed out from Wolves and they bring it away. Zabanier has got a race on his hands, but he's never going to lose that. Never going to lose that. He had that completely under control. Sion said, I think we will get Europe. I tell you what, I'm going to every bloody single game. 100%. If we get Europe, you know, I cannot wait. Every single bloody game. You know, send me to Transnistria and what is it called? Sheriff Football Club. I don't know.
That's a long way to go before any of that talk.
Yeah.
Long way to go.
Where is Transnistria?
No idea.
Neither do I. But all I know is it's a very everything's owned by Sheriff there. If you I was watching something by a guy called Simon Wilson, and you know, I think he went out there and like everything, like all the businesses are owned by him, and all the football clubs owned by him, and everything. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Like we've got on there, please give us a like and a subscribe. It does mean a lot to this channel as well. So yeah, everybody who is, let's have a like and a subscribe spike now. What about that? That'd be good. Well, that's a good ball there by Justin Cliver. Evan Nielsen, he's going to take on his man here.
Oh, you got Tabs there. Easy ball. Nice.
Yeah.
Keeping the possession there.
Didn't think he had many options at front first, but,
no.
Players have come in, given him some more options. Going a little bit backwards now. Yeah, a little bit. And Kirkes on this left-hand side. And back we go. Sabania back to Senesi in the centre of defence and out to Justin Klovert's not very happy. He's really not very happy. Wolves are bringing it forwards. Senesi brings it forward now. And that's a good ball to Evan Nielsen. Evan Nielsen, very, very well done. I'm surprised the referee is not called for a foul there. It was right in front of him, but maybe he thought it was a little bit weak. But yeah. Here we go. Tyler Adams. Good to see him back in the squad. Has he stood out much? I think he's been part of it, but I don't think he's really stood out very much, to be honest, in this game so far. He's quietly gone about his job. I think that's probably the best way to put it. It's going to be a throw on. Tavernier throws it back to Milos Kirkes. Kirkes lets it spill there and just gone back to Senesi. Senesi's just back. It's got Christie. Christie passes it forwards. Oh, that's not one of Christie's better ones, but Tyler Adams almost got a battle here. But has he won the ball? No, he's not. He's not.
He has
now. That's very, very well won by Tyler Adams in the end there. And forward we go. Now he's got Brooks on the right-hand side. He's got options here. He's going to use Brooks. Brooks has got it on right, gone into Ryan Christie. Ryan Christie has passed it straight out to Marcus Tavernier. Tabs has gone back to Senesi. Tabs again back 1-2 between Tabs and Senesi, and we've gone back to the Barnier, and that attacking move has gone a little bit quiet, but we've kept the ball throughout that. Tabs again back to Zabarnier, but this side it's gone longer. Tabs again backwards. Forwards goes to Nessie. Good pass. Oh, wow. Tabs, I don't think, was too aware of that, actually. Either he was watching his line to make sure he was not offside, or he just didn't see it. Kepa. No, don't start fucking about with it back there, Kepa. That's what really worries me about him. Because
to be fair, normally it does. He was quite calm and collective with that one, and he he wasn't put under any real pressure. If he'd have been put under pressure there, then that would have been a scary moment, I think. Like now, look, he's got the ball now. He's not under any pressure.
Not really putting.
I mean, I'd be saying Gary O'Neill, run at him.
Yeah,
because there's a mistake in him.
Sion said, "I'm sure it will be cheap." Yeah, I'm guessing so. Transnistria. Yeah, and we've really slowed it down. Yeah, we have actually. Andoni might realise that I'm just changing the scores automatically now. I'm having to create one for every single time I do it. So, yeah. No, I'm sure he's not thinking of that.
Have you got a
6-1?
Dare I say it? Have you got a 3-2 scoreline? Have you got a 4-1 scoreline?
No, I haven't actually.
That's a kick. Yeah. That's a free kick right in a dangerous area.
He's going to get booked. Yeah,
he's going to get booked for that.
Yeah, he's kind of put his leg. Wow.
Was he getting booked? He might not be actually.
90-degree angle there, just to kind of block off his man. I think it was. I think the referee did that very quickly. Didn't give it much thought.
Yeah. I mean, you can't strad a leg out like that.
Oh, yeah.
When you're defending with someone running through at goal.
Yeah. I've said a 90-degree angle, but it really wasn't. He just left his leg.
He just
trailing
left his
there,
leg
really.
trailing out there, and
Yeah, Spani has got a book in there. The referee didn't give it to a second thought, really. And yeah,
it has
goes
come
straight
through,
into the book. This is dangerous. This is very, very dangerous. Kepa is stood to the right of his goal.
8 minutes.
8 minutes? Where the fuck have they got this from?
Well, we've had 2 penalties, haven't we? We've had a substitution. There's been VAR. I suppose when you look at it, it does all add up, doesn't it? So yeah, that's probably right. In fairness,
who is this? I think
there was a substitution, was it there at front?
Yeah,
or not? Did he go off in the end?
I don't think he did. No,
I think it's when the pass was touched. So no substitution then. So
no,
yeah, VAR.
Right, we've got the wind blocker.
Stoppage.
This is a bit of a new tactic. Of course, players laying on the floor. Never used to do that when in my day. But yeah, Cunha, I think he stood over it. And it's gone over. It's sailed over. Whew.
That was not a great kick from that sort of range, was it? You at least want to try and get them on target, really, don't you? But that was...
I think Kepa,
quite convincingly over the bar, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kepa had it covered as well, even if it was a little bit lower. I always, when I used to play football, I always used to aim for, to be honest, I was a free kick taker, actually. I used to always aim for the other corner of where the goalkeeper was, but, try and make them dive. But, it's easier said than done, to be fair.
No.
There I am. I'm talking like I'm David Bloody Beckham now.
As we approach half-time then, the scores still remain the same.
Yeah.
2-1 Brentford.
And the other 2 games.
The other 2 games.
Goalless,
Wouldn't be a bad point for Ipswich, to be fair, at Forest.
No, I don't. But then again, will they earmark that as a game that they could potentially get 3 points out?
Oh yeah, I imagine so. But even so, when you're down there and your priority is to stay up, a point away is always a good point, isn't it?
Kepa claims it in the goal, and he's thinking about what he's going to do. He's just going to throw it out, I think. Just seeing a picture of Gary O'Neill on the screen. Yes. Andoni Iraola.
And we've got to be on the ball now between now and the half time, because 8 minutes, it can give Wolves the opportunity to get back into this.
Don't want to concede before half time.
Not now.
Never in the just before half time. So it gives the impetus, and those players will be buoyed going into the half time break. Albeit, if we can score just before half time, make it 4-1, the Wolves dressing room, can you imagine how deflated that will be for Gary?
Starts to put the game out of reach, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's a chance on the edge for Gomez. He's put it in to the box a little bit too far. It's out of play. It's out of play. That could have been worrying. Could have been a worrying moment.
He looks good.
I like that Gomez in the midfield, actually. He seems a good player.
I think he's quite a good player, that Bellegarde. I think,
Yes, unlucky not to keep that in, really. He's tried his best there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, I like what I've seen of him as well,
Yeah. I think Wolves have got a fairly decent side, actually, but I think it's a case of, they are depleted because of Fosun and Jeff Shea and selling those players. And, I think, what is Jose Sarr doing?
Well, you say about Kepa, that's...
Oh,
you say about Kepa, that was a scary moment for a goalkeeper there, wasn't it?
Aït-Nouri's kind of hit the deck. I think he was hoping that Brooks was going to get sent off for that. No, nothing in it, really. He's just gone to ground too easily.
Nottingham Forest and Ipswich Town have gone to half-time.
Yeah, Jose Sarr, he looks a bit rattled, the goalkeeper. So, the best thing to do when he's rattled is to put him under as much pressure as possible. Make him make mistakes. Did he actually touch him? I think Brooks did make contact with Aït-Nouri, but to go to ground like that, he went to ground like a sack of spuds, didn't he? He just went. So absolutely nothing in it. It would have been criminal if they had given that as a free kick to Wolves. Smudges is going to throw the ball on. And
Get your head on it. Yeah, he's done enough to put him off there.
yeah,
Zabani defended well. What's this guy's name? Strand Larson.
Strand Larson. Yeah, I'm not sure where they got him from. He looks good. Forward we go on the left-hand side. Kirkes is up there as well. Tavernier has done very, very well, although he's lost the ball here.
Well done,
Kirkes has won it back. Justin Kluivert, had to run through a whole crowd. But Evan Nilsson is showing how strong he is, and try to win that back.
It was great to see him come back into the midfield there. Try help the midfield out. He's trying to with Adams.
That's what Solanke used to do, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I think. That's what I was always concerned about when Solanke left. Is is he going to be able to do that? Is he going to drop back? Is he going to do? But he seems to be all right.
Poor pass again from Christie there, unfortunately. Come on, unbelievable.
I don't think there's going to be many more chances before half time. We've got probably 2 minutes left of these 8 minutes of injury time. I don't know where he's got 8 minutes from, but 3-1 up. Who cares? Let's try and get a fourth. But I don't think we're going to get many, if we are going to get a chance at all. Wolves just going forwards. And well done, Zabani. Pass, and then Kirkes tries to keep it on. He does keep it on, but of course, the ball runs away from him. Now he does have the ball. He's bringing it forwards. He's weaving his way through, but just run out of space on that left-hand side.
Kirkes, he's playing well, isn't he, today?
He is, yeah.
But didn't he get sent off at Molineux last year? I got a funny feeling. But
Yeah,
he got
I think
sent
he
off,
did, didn't he? I think so.
And then he was out for 3 games. It was a straight red.
Yeah, it was a little bit. It was a little bit like
midweek game, if I remember right.
Yes, it was. Yeah, and it was a little bit like what Brighton did to us when they went down to 10 men. We controlled that game up at Molineux last season, but again, I think Wolves were very depleted. They did have a lot of injuries at the time, but went down to 10 men. A 1-0 win away from home isn't bad at all, really, is it?
No.
I can't remember. Was it 1-0? It definitely was the year before, wasn't it, up at Molineux? Am I getting my games muddled?
Oh.
2-1. What was the score last year at Molineux?
I can't remember.
The 1-0, wasn't it? Was the first season.
Was it 2-1 last year?
I think it might have been. If you know, put it in the comments. If you can do a quick Google for us, much appreciated. Just having a brain fart here. This is probably going to be the last kick of the game, but we don't want to concede in it. That's the last thing.
Of the game, of the half.
Of the half, yes, of the half. 2 gaffes now in the space of minutes. There we go. James Corden wouldn't do that, would he? Although saying that, I doubt he'd be doing a live watch-along. Here we go. And the ball goes in, and luckily it's cleared, and the referee blows for half-time. So, AFC Bournemouth 3, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Very, very, very good performance so far. Very happy with that. One complaint is probably that, the goal that we conceded was weak. Zabani lost his man. And, it was a fairly easy opportunity. But other than that, we have been in complete control of this game, in my honest opinion, don't you?
Yeah, obviously we've had a lot of the ball, and it's always good when you're away from home to have as much of the ball as possible, because we know Molineux's can be a difficult place. But you can't really be disheartened by that first half at all. No. We're 3-1 up. Just got to make sure we come back out in the second half and defensively be sound and hopefully get another goal. I think 4-1 will kill it.
Yeah.
I don't think, at the moment, 3-2 is a funny scoreline. They come out, score early, it's game on, isn't it?
Well, exactly.
So, we need to get that fourth goal, I think, to kill the game off. But, overall, can't say, some great performances there. Kirkes is playing well. Great to see Christie back in there with his intensity in the midfield. Even Nilsson, he's been amongst the creation of the goals. So, it's really pleasing to see. So, let's hope that the second half we can kick on.
Yeah, definitely. Whilst we watch, this Burger King advert looks really nice, but it's not even Burger King anyway. But there we go. And whilst we watch this, we're going to take a short little break. Thank you everybody for joining us. Remember, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell button. And let's just take that off the screen for the moment. And go enjoy some of this music. Hi, I'm Ed Winchester. Welcome back, everybody, for the second half. There we are. Hopefully, you've got a choice of drinks. I've got some cherry coke. You're being a good boy, aren't you?
Yes.
But yeah, I've got some cherry coke, so I'm quite enjoying this. But yes, hopefully, you might be watching with a beer, for example. But let's have a little look at some of the comments that have come through. We have had Sion that's mentioned. I think we are playing. The most pleasing thing is that we're playing without. There we are. That's correction. Arguably, our two best players, Cook and Semenyo. Yeah, that's exactly what I think. I think. Semenyo, I was really worried. I thought it's a huge loss for this game. But we've coped. We've coped. Ryan Christie, I think, has been excellent. We missed him probably more than we've missed Semenyo today against Brighton. So, yeah, I think, it's good. Of course, Semenyo will be back for next week, so I wonder what he'll do. But I think Brooks has been excellent as well. I think Brooks has been really, really good.
Yeah, Brooks has
really,
been
really good.
Brooks has been fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a good headache, though, from a manager's perspective. Now, obviously, this week he's got Semenyo out, gives him a headache. Who does he play? Player comes in, does well. Semenyo's available again, and it gives you a headache. Well, who do I drop?
Yeah.
It's a nice headache to have, but at the same time, must be also a difficult headache to have. So, I'm sure he's, happy. Will be happy when he's got all his players available to choose from. Because obviously that's better than having a lot of players not to choose from. So, Semenyo, fantastic player. I mean, I'm actually quite lucky enough to have this. Shall I show everybody?
Yeah, go on.
I'm actually quite lucky to have one of these signed, lovely pieces of art, which has been signed by the man himself.
I love Semenyo. I absolutely love Semenyo.
Lovely gift for my wife. Early birthday present, apparently. I've been told. Yes.
Fair enough.
Lovely. So yeah, I do love my signed and framed things, as you can probably tell from around the room. But
you've got more shirts than absolutely anybody, I think.
Yeah. That's just a few of my collection.
Yeah, I don't ever get them printed anymore. With the names and numbers.
I do. I mean, like Smithy, legend, Christie. I had to that season. I just loved when Christie come in. Love him now. Senesi, Brooks.
Justin,
Max Aarons, who I'm really fond of. Max Aarons. It's obviously, it's just difficult for him to get a game, but
I think I think he is the replacement for Smithy.
I think he's the future. He is the
hand
future.
on heart. Reho, I think he probably offers something a little bit different.
Yeah.
He's a good player, Reho.
Yeah, I like
but,
him.
I think he's a little bit different. Maybe it's when we need a little bit more pace rather than, moving forwards. Whereas Max Aaron's, I think he's more of a steady head. But
credit to Smith for keeping out 2 younger players, because obviously Smithy's now.
Honestly, Smithy's brilliant.
I think he's known as the granddad of the squad now. Bless him. And no, fair play to him for keeping out. Because Max Aaron's, I loved it when we signed Max Aaron's because he's a good player. I like him, and obviously then we bring in Rahu. From Barcelona, and obviously he's competing with 2 very able right backs. So yeah, fair play to Smithy on that one.
Of course, Smithy, being promoted twice with us, he is a proper legend, isn't he? At this football club.
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
As much as I say about Steve Cook, and Cook is a legend. Let's be honest, every single one of those players back from 2015 is a legend. Will always be a legend, apart from one. In my honest opinion. Say no more. Have a guess who that is. But yeah, every single player in that squad was a legend. And yeah, but I think Smithy has been consistent throughout. Yeah, he was a little bit younger, but but he's managed to keep his place at the top table for so long. So yeah, fair play to him. I don't think he's that much younger though, is he, than Cookie? He's quite a bit younger than Simon Francis, isn't he? Frano's
I think Smithy's got to be 31, 32, is he, Smithy?
I thought he was 33, but
maybe he is 33. Yeah. I can never remember. But either way, legend.
Let's have a little look at these comments. If we scored a few more, would you bring back Semenyo in, or Semenyo or Cook? And if so, who for? Who?
Difficult one. I think Cook.
Yeah,
I think Cook for me it's a difficult one because he's one of my players of the season, and I love Christie's intensity. So it'd be a difficult one for me to leave him out. So for that one, Adams, I think I would put Cook back in for, because him and Christie have a great partnership. Semenyo,
I couldn't take Brooks out at the moment. I think Brooks has had a really, really good game.
It's a difficult one. This is where it gets difficult because you've got such creative players in Brooks. Tavernier is given no reason why you drop him today. Brooks is not giving you a reason. Clive, I love him behind the front man anyway. So out of those 3, who do you take out to make room for? It's a great headache for a manager to have. I think personally, Iraola would go the Brooks route. I think it'd be Brooksy, unfortunately, that will lose his starting place from today's game. But yeah, great headache to have.
Yeah.
And now obviously we've kicked back off.
Yep, we're a minute into the second half, aren't we?
Yeah. And
Tavernier is trying to organise ahead of this throw on. Wolves are taking their sweet time about it.
We need to make sure we don't concede early in this half. Ideally not concede at all in this half, but let's get that 4th goal. It looks like Tavernier's on the break now. He's looking into the box.
Lovely ball comes in.
Oh! Rattled off a couple of defenders there, didn't it? And
I just wonder if that was something they were trying off the training ground. Was going to try and pull it back because I think it was Clivert was in that position just off it, until we saw it again. Which, if we are going to see it again, pull it back and strike it, but it didn't happen. But I think that, there's got to be a lot of credit that has to go to, what work they've done on the training ground, because look at what we did against Arsenal. That was straight off the training ground.
Yeah, and the one at Brentford. There's a few goals off the training ground that have paid off, isn't there? And
clever. Goals,
credit to Sean Cooper, obviously, who's the one that's been singled out as the set piece person.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wolves are moving forwards.
Newcastle are 1 up, and of course it had to be
Mark Gooey.
who scored an own goal.
Yes.
And Nottingham Forest are 1-0 up through a Chris Wood penalty.
Ugh.
And Brentford have now made it 3-1 against Leicester. So a bit of work there for Ruud van Nistelrooy. I don't think he's in the dugout today, is he? I think he starts from Monday. But a bit of work to do.
He's got a very, very tough job there.
Bit of work to do.
Very tough job. I think, I think he's going to, I think he could struggle. Here we are. Justin Cliver brings it forwards. Oh, that's a great ball to Kirkes. Oh, that's a penalty. That's got to be a penalty. Hold on. I think, no, the referee should go to the monitor, surely.
I don't think it was. I think he gets the ball first.
Hang on. Hold on. Let's have a look. So the ball's played through. Yeah, he
gets
did.
the ball.
Yeah,
that's a great tackle.
That is a very, very good tackle.
Look at that. Look, he's first to the ball. Even before. Yeah, no, and he's not really made contact with the player.
Yeah, initially, no. I think,
No,
yeah,
but
yeah. Apparently it isn't. No, the Wolves defender, made contact with the ball first before, the man. Very, very, very good tackle. Very good tackle. Before VAR, some referees probably would have given that. Yeah, that's free kick. Tyler Adams. Yeah, very high foot there. You've got to be careful, Tyler. Don't do that. Wolves to come forward here.
I wonder what the odds are on Clive getting a hat-trick today.
Probably quite low now, but they were probably quite high at the start.
No, that's what I mean, at the start of the day.
I think there's another couple of goals in this game, Don't you?
Well,
what do you guys think at home? Do comment and let us know. Do you think there's another couple of goals in this game? Because I personally do think there is.
It's not started as erratically as the first half, but yeah, I would say I think there's a couple more goals in it. But let's just hope that we're on the end of the couple.
Yeah, exactly.
Because yeah, like I say, it's going to be dangerous at 3-2. It'd be dangerous that
look at the scores that they've had. Wolves, they're very susceptible at the back. Brentford, they got beat 5-3 by Brentford. 6-2 by Chelsea. There's some really strange results in there. It shows that they can find the back of the net. 4-1 against Fulham. Can find the back of the net. Are they particularly? Maybe Gary thinks that he's found something that does work in defence.
I like him as well. He's a good player.
He's brought in, back in. Wolves have got a little bit of possession here. They've gone backwards to the halfway line. Just weighing up what they're going to do. The longer it goes on, though, the more desperate they're going to get, and the more opportunities I think we're going to get in behind them to bury this, even further. Tyler Adams, rightly, I think, had a free kick against him. Yeah, kind of just ran into the man. He's probably got a little ticking off from the referee there, saying, don't do that again, otherwise you could be going in my book. Which we don't really want, We don't want too many players walking a bit of a tightrope out there. Kepa's in a very advanced position here. Is he going to move back onto his line? Or is he going to try and claim this? He's moved backwards. Luckily, it didn't go anywhere near him. Wolves moving forwards. On this left-hand side for Wolves. Or, well, right-hand side for Wolves. No, left-hand side for Wolves. I'll get it right in a minute. There you are. That's what it would have been. 1,000 to 1 at the start of the day. Cliver, I think.
I don't know if it be. Was it? Is it really 1,000 to 1 hat trick? Or is
I don't know.
is that...
I don't know. It might be a little bit. Yeah, be a bit gutted if it was, though, wouldn't you? And is this the longest quiz he hasn't had a yellow? Yeah, probably is actually. To be honest, he throws.
There's still
himself
plenty
into
of time
everything,
yet.
but yeah, the Wolves man has got a yellow there. That's of course Craig Dawson. Must have come on at half time, didn't he? Yeah.
Yes, he did. He did. He came on after.
Chopped Evan Nilsson down there. That's a professional foul, let's call it. Stop the man getting away from him. He decided, chop him down was the safest aspect. Now, probably about 30. Yeah.
I made that up.
Yeah. I thought, it was quite high odds. To be honest, I'm not a betting man, to be honest. I don't ever really have bets. So, to be honest, you could probably say something to me and I'd probably believe, I probably would believe it. I always have pound on accumulator. I used to do that years ago. And I've become like one game from winning 11.5 grand. Obviously, I didn't win it. Derby versus Brighton it was. Very, very good pass. Evan Nilsson has controlled the ball. He's excellent at keeping possession.
Adams done well there.
That's very good from Tyler Adams.
Unlucky.
Somebody really should have helped him out there. But
he kept the momentum of the attack going, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
By winning that ball back where he did.
Wolves are a bit under the cosh here. David Brooks on the right-hand side comes in. Excellent by Cliver. Oh. Very, 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 very good move. How many times did I say very there?
Not enough. I think you should chuck another one.
Very, 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 very good move. There you are. I'm going for Wolves 2, Bournemouth 4 full time. Hey, why not go for 6-1? There's still plenty of time.
Which score was that, sorry?
No, I'm going. Sion said going for that.
Yeah, that's.
To be honest, they do score a lot. They do score a lot of goals, but they concede a hell of a lot as well, Wolves. So
just hope we get the fourth before they get a second, anyway.
Yeah,
just to keep that distance between us.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would put the game out of reach, really.
Offside.
The Wolves fans don't look very happy. Good cross in, but didn't reach his man. Oh, Tavernier, well done, Tavernier. Ryan Christie.
First time I can remember us playing Wolves was first time I can remember us being. We were drawn against them in the old Worthington Cup.
Yeah,
and
would have been 90s, wouldn't it?
That was late 90s. I remember Mark Steen was playing. I got a funny feeling it might have been the 1998-99 season. And that's when the old Worthington Cup.
Yeah,
used to have two legs. We played them at home and away. I can't remember the score. I got a funny feeling we had a good result away.
Old Division 1 at that
wasn't
time.
A bad result. Yeah, it wasn't a bad result away. I don't think. I can't remember the home game.
Was that Steve Ball that was playing? That was his era, wasn't it? Steve
was
Ball.
Kind of his era, yeah.
Who else did they have? Mark Venus, Simon
I think Keith
Osborne.
Curl was playing for him at the time.
Yeah. Who was their goalkeeper? trying to think who their goalkeeper was at the
Oh, I
time.
couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Somebody will probably know.
But
That was pre-Dennis Irwin, wasn't it? Dennis Irwin was still at Man United at that time.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
He was winning the trophies at United at that time. Here we go. Ball into the box from the free kick. Easy to defend that ball. Wasn't a good delivery at all. Straight back out onto the right from Smithy. Ideal.
I think that's why he went there, was because he is actually a Wolves fan.
Who?
Dennis Irwin.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, I think that's
Started
why...
his career at Oldham, from what I can remember.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, Darren Anderton played for Wolves, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yeah. Yeah.
See what I mean? They're very, very big club, Wolves, aren't they?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Paul Ince, he's also played for
Paul
Wolves.
Ince, yeah, Paul Ince. There's probably even more.
I'll tell you what, another Bournemouth player played for Wolves. Vince Bartram.
Yes, Vince Bartram. Yeah, we had him.
Obviously, Paul Ince was, and I'm
back.
just naming some players.
Yeah.
But another player, obviously Darren Anderton. Vince Bartram started his career at Wolves.
Oh, that was flashed across.
Who we actually interviewed on the channel.
Yes. Yeah, very, very interesting conversation with Vince. It must be about 2 years ago now.
Easy.
Luckily, nobody was on the end of that. You know, if anybody was there.
Benicophobe,
yes.
Obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, Bennett was there.
Bennett went back there, didn't he?
Yes. Yep. Was it James Henry was there as well? Or was that... No, that was Carl Henry, wasn't it? Or did James go there as well?
I do remember James Henry, but I don't remember James Henry when he was on loan at Bournemouth from Reading.
Yeah.
Because I think he came the same time as Alex Pearce.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
So I think the game's lost a little bit of its bite now. You know, and I think we're letting them come into the game a little bit more than what I'm liking.
Yeah, we need to
stop the cross there by Adams. You know, ball's out for a corner.
Let's not get complacent. That's the thing. You know, that's the big thing. Is you know, if we're complacent, that's this ball's going to come straight into the box. There's a cue there, but
Kepa's got a punch.
Very, very good. Yeah, that's better from Kepa. Would Travers have come and caught that? I don't think he would have, to be honest.
I think most keepers these days now punch, don't they? It's all about punching and palming, and you know, it's not like years ago where a goalkeeper would, you know, look at catching something like that. It's almost like, you know, these days, you know, a lot of keepers tend to punch now, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, Brentford are now 4-1 up against Leicester, so things are getting even more trickier for Rude when he starts.
Yes. Yeah, it can't be. That's not good. That's not good at all from Leicester City. I'm sure that
still 1-0 up, and so are Forest. So
I'm sure Chris is pulling out the remainder of his head at the moment. Oh, Leicester till I die. Probably hasn't got very much left, does he?
Who, Chris?
Yeah.
Bless him. Probably hasn't actually at the minute. I'm sure he's not enjoying this afternoon for one little bit.
We are though. We're enjoying it.
Are,
yes, we're enjoying it. So
at the moment,
yeah. Yeah, Chris could be having a bit of a meltdown. Can see the anger in his face. Yes, he's not happy. So corner to Bournemouth. You know, the impetus has just died a little bit out of this game. You know, but
we literally had a sort of like a 90-minute game in like the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But we got the corner. Let's hope Clivert puts in a good delivery. And if he can, let's hope it gets onto somebody's head, or this is going to be one of Sean Cooper's magnificent set pieces from the training ground.
He's waving Kirkes into this position, but
long ball in, nice and long in towards Senesi. Adams, scrapped out. They scrapped the ball out. Tavernier picks it back up and back towards Christie, puts the ball in. Nice and easy defending there for Wolves. But again, we win it back in the midfield with Kirkes. Looks like Zabani. He's going to knock the ball down the wing.
It down to Justin Kluivert, who's gone down. He's holding the back of his leg, which is worrying. Now, if there is a bit of a niggle on the back of his leg, because that's not the first time he's touched it, I would get him off.
Now, the player
at this point in time
they're bringing on now obviously looks like we're sacrificing
Brooks is going off.
But the players that they're bringing on, is it Forbes?
Yes.
I like this player.
There's Dongo. Dongo is coming on.
Do you know what? I'm sure like Dongo wants to start every game, but do you know what? I love Dongo coming on from the bench. I love what he brings from the bench.
Yeah.
So for me, he's the perfect kind of player to bring from the bench. But like I say, Forbes that's coming on for Wolverhampton now, he's a great little player. I like him. He's strong as well. I've got a funny feeling he had a spell at Man City, didn't he? Did he have a spell at Man City?
I think he did, yeah. Yeah, I think he did. So
he's good.
Forbes
he's strong.
and Guedes comes on. Gary O'Neill feels that this game is not over.
He's got to be seen to be doing something as well, hasn't he?
And Tavernier goes backwards with it.
And see, Dongo straight away involved.
And back it goes. Although, Jose Sarr just had a little bit of a wobble there. Oh, Adam Smith. That looks painful. It's an off the ball thing.
I think, to be honest, it might be good to introduce maybe Max Aaron shortly, just try and get some pace down that wing. Might be a good idea anyway. I mean, Smithy's fantastic player. I'm a big fan of Smith, always have been. But I just think maybe it might be a good idea to introduce some pace. He looks like he's hobbling a little bit in that corner there.
Yeah, he does. He does. I'd rather get him off and change him.
Be interesting to see who takes
somebody else, but
he would take the armband as well today, considering Cook's out the pitch. Probably be Adams, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Gary O'Neill is waving to push people forwards, but ball lofted very, very high in the air.
See Dongo there, he's put some pressure on them. Look, and he's obviously missed the header.
The ball is completely up in the sky. Craig Dawson has booted it far, but Ryan Christie can't keep that on. And we're back to normal service of keeping the ball, out of Space's reach. Everything was hoofed right up, wasn't it, at that point? Right, Christie on the ball. Doesn't stop running. Great ball that.
I think Dongo was looking at being played in there.
Yeah. Tyler Adams is...
I think he was quite disappointed by that.
Oh, Wolves moving forwards. Cunha very quickly there.
Midfield two. Battle combined to win that ball back.
Christie just does not stop going. He's the man of the match for me so far. Most definitely. Kirkes on the ball. He's going to go back to Kepa Azabalanga, who's not going to mess around with it this time. Wolves do seem to have increased, albeit very slightly, the intensity moving forwards. Would I say that they're... I wouldn't say that they've really added the intensity, in a big way. If they did, it would give us more opportunities behind them, which, that's why, I'm hoping that they might put us under a little bit more. See on Dango said coming off, on Brooks off. There we go. Thanks, Sion. There we go. Ball's up in the air again. And I must.
Sorry, that wasn't me breaking wind there. That was just me sitting down on this dodgy chair.
Oh, is it?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's a bit of a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I do
No,
apologise
that's
there.
all right. That's all right.
That's
Don't
not
worry.
me,
You didn't have your microphone on.
That's not
Nobody
me
could hear.
breaking wind live on YouTube. This half, though, I mean,
Yeah,
they've had more possession, haven't they, Wolves?
Yeah,
it's quite clear
they've
cut.
upped the intensity a little bit, but they've not upped it too much because I think they know what's going to happen. We're going to be able to get round the back of them and really make things even more dangerous for them. Nothing else changed in the other scoreline so far by the looks of things. It's probably for the best at Brentford because otherwise Chris is going to be pulled next time you see him. He's already quite bald. Here we go. Any excuse? Goal. Oh, don't know what this goal is. Hopefully it's our goal. I think we are a little bit behind. Oh, here we are, Dongo.
It's just stopped him in his tracks there, didn't he?
Lost it. Wolves move forwards. Oh, no, don't say this is what you mean. Yeah, it is what you mean.
Too easy.
Wolves are back in it.
That's too easy.
Well, now they have got the impetus. Every time we do one of these, it's always quite a nice scoring game, isn't it? Okay, let's just update.
Can't remember the last time we did one, to be honest.
Aston Villa, I think. Or was it Everton? No, I think we did. No, it might have been Everton. It's the last game of the season, wasn't it?
Oh, that's a little while ago then, isn't it?
Yeah. Shit. Well, one goal in it. Not good. Not good. 20 minutes for them to get an equaliser. Come on, Andoni. Got to think of a way now to get another one. I think a foul. Oh, yes! That's a penalty! It's a penalty! Yes! And, of course, Jose Sarr is laying down on the floor. That could well be a red card now. That could well be a red card now. Jose Sarr is saying that he's banged his ear. I don't think there can be anything in that.
Could that well be a red card?
It could well be
I
a
just
red
didn't hear
card.
the first time.
That is a red card now. Surely he's already been booked, hasn't he?
Yeah. In answer to the question on the screen, about 20 minutes plus.
20
stoppage.
minutes. Yeah.
But looks
Gary
like
O'Neill looks
it's VAR.
pissed off. It's VAR. It's I'm not looking at the comments because I want to see what happened. I think this is for a red card offence. This cannot go against Evan Nielsen. It cannot go against Evan Nielsen. He's getting his yellow card out. He's waiting for it. Gary O'Neill might have a big problem here. Right, let's have a little look at this again. So Evan Nielsen's won the ball. This cannot go against him.
He's won the ball.
He's won the ball. Jose Sarr, he's got to go. He has been booked from the first half, 100%, hasn't he? The yellow card is out. Craig Dawson is wandering around. He's wondering why he's played his... Has he played his goalkeeper into trouble? Yes, he probably has.
Tell you what, the pressing from Evan Nielsen today has been superb.
Evan Nielsen has really caused a problem. Jose Sarr is okay, but is he going to be okay in terms of bookings? The The referee has still got the yellow card in his hand.
He's only booked earlier. He was only booked earlier because it was booked earlier. But
Well, we shall see what happens. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look.
It's in.
Yes, it is in.
4-2.
4-2. AFC Bournemouth 4. Wolves 2.
Hat trick.
When couldn't we buy a penalty? So, yeah, it is a Clivert hat trick. And there we are. You might be right. You may well be right with that 4-2 prediction.
A hat trick of penalties. When was the last time someone scored a hat trick of penalties in the Premier League?
That's a very good question.
Has that been done before? Must have been done before.
Should we try and get a fifth? Or, well, Clivert's fourth. Shows what Evan Nilsson brings to the table there. Let's have a look at some of these comments. Anyone done the bet? Wish I had. I wish I'd
done it. It would have put 100 quid on it if it was 1,001.
Exactly. Evan Nilsson looking very, very happy with himself, and so he should do. There's arguments for him being man of the match actually today. Do you think?
Clivert?
No, Evan Nilsson.
Evan Nilsson, yeah.
Because you know how he's won those penalties. Wolves not looking very happy. Their fans, I look really pissed off. If there's any Wolves fans with us, is Gary O'Neill a miracle worker or a Muppet? Do let us know your thoughts. Well, Justin Clivert will not be getting 4 goals. He is just heading off the pitch, but I think he's done his job, isn't he?
Gets the match ball, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's happy with that. Happy with that. Somebody with one of those tub caps on. He's looking happy.
Course,
Thursday night game.
Tottenham.
Oh, it's stupid, isn't it? Thursday night games. Why? I don't understand it. Just don't understand it. Thursday night game.
TV money and money speaks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Money talks, so should I say.
I think it's on Amazon, isn't it?
It's the Prime games next week, yeah.
Do you think Evan Nilsson will take over penalties next season?
No, not if Clivert's still here, no.
No, most definitely not. I think Clivert will be, and I think keep it going. Keep what works going.
Did Dad ever score a hat-trick in the Premier League?
I don't think he did, actually. I know he did for Barcelona, didn't he? He didn't. Yeah, I don't think he ever did in the Premier League. Oh, I don't know, actually. Billing and Unau is on as well. So
good to see Billing get some minutes. Obviously, he's been very restricted.
Ennis Unau is on as well.
And he needs some minutes. Obviously, we were talking on Cherry Picking this week about him being linked with a loan move. But
I think that's just a precaution, actually, because, of course, Evan Nilsson, he's a lot of running. We've done the job by the looks of things here. We just need to tighten it up a little bit now. Just make sure that they can't get back into this game at all. Another very high-scoring game for Wolverhampton Wanderers that has gone against them. Luckily for us. Nobody predicted this. I thought that... I even said 2-1. I said 2-1 for my prediction. because I thought it was going to be a lot tighter. I thought Gary would have probably learned from, previous mistakes, but, obviously not, which is good for us, which is very, very good for us.
Be good to get back onto winning ways, though. For me, that's the most important thing.
The most important thing
is we've got Spurs coming up.
Yeah.
Who, we know what
Spurs
can
are
do.
Spursy.
Yeah,
though.
I mean, we can, depends what Spurs sides turn up on the day, but and then we go to Ipswich, who are, they're fighting at the bottom there. So 2 difficult games coming up. So today, 3 points is very important to keep our season on track, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Is it going to be the Spurs that have turned up, against Man City and beaten 4-0? Or is it going to be
Dom back as well, who obviously will be, wanting to put the ball in the net, which hopefully he doesn't. I'd like to think if he did, he wouldn't celebrate. But
I don't think he will. I think,
but I think he respects. We've got enough respect for the club, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And so 2 very difficult games coming up. So 3 points are vitally important here.
I don't think many players would do. Who left us on good terms from of course those seasons. I think Lerma, if he scored, he wouldn't celebrate. I tell you what, the only player that I think would have celebrated is Ryan Fraser. And yeah. To be honest, he has to get, I
don't even say his name anymore. I don't even want to hear him spoken of.
Yeah. He's not even getting his game at Southampton, to be honest.
Was it Senesi down, is he?
Yeah, Senesi's down.
Well, 10 minutes of normal time. Obviously, we knew there'd be goals in this game today. I did say at the start, didn't I? I think I could see goals being in this game, and both sides haven't disappointed there.
No,
but it's just important we see the game out now, get the result.
Just getting a little bit of the magic spray on. Dean Howson is coming on. Rumours that he is unhappy here at Bournemouth, mainly because of the game time, which positive and negative, really. The thing is he's got 2 players that are at the top of their game in front of him. Senesi and Semenyo. How can you actually take one of them out of it?
Either Nilsson or Solanke, if you had to choose.
At this moment in time, I'd still pick Solanke.
I think I would, because he's proven that he's done it.
But I think Evan Nilsson is a very good player.
God, could you imagine having both of them in your squad?
That'd be really dangerous, wouldn't it? We'd be very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Yeah, that's a difficult one. Yeah. I think at the moment I'd have to edge with Dom, because he's done it. He's proven that he can score goals in the Premier League now, but even Nilsson's doing the similar thing. He's creating, he's scoring at the minute. So it's like I said on Cherry Picking the other night. If Evan Nilsson gets us 10 goals, 10, 11 goals this season, that's a great return on his money for his first season. And then hopefully next season he kicks on again. But that's a handball.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
his hands are in an unnatural position, and they've kicked the ball straight onto his hand. Unfortunately for Adams, that is got to be going against him. They're bringing on. This is the guy I like, isn't it?
Wang Hee Chan. He's brought on a piece of paper as well. Of course, Gary O'Neill has written something
secret
message.
Basically, it says we've got to get at least 2 goals in the next 8 minutes.
Do you know what I would do if I was one of our players? I'd reach out and have a little look myself. Who did that?
Cole Palmer, wasn't it?
Cole Palmer, yeah.
They were all huddled, weren't they? And then he's kind of looked in.
Yeah, he held his hand out. They've passed it to him, not realising he's the opposition player.
Oh, now picks the ball up. Fouled.
Yeah.
Definitely a foul.
Lots of fouls in this game. I think we could be on for quite a bit of injury time again. Who now keeps control of the ball very well there.
Done well there.
Yeah, he did. Maybe something from the training ground here. Kirke's moved too fast. I think maybe we're going to go out wide. Oh, no. It's an idea. I thought we was going to go out wider on the left-hand side and then try and get something into the box, but no, it didn't happen like that. We move forwards. Unal headed it back. Here we are. Marcus Tavernier. Billing. Oh, very, very good ball. Very good ball. Philip Billing tries to find Edis Unal again. Billing, unfortunately, is a bit part player now, I think. But when he comes on, he seems to be giving 110%. He's chased that ball all the way through without even touching it there. But, you know, Unal moves forwards. Oh, that looks... Oh, he's back up. I'm quite pleased for him there because I think that looked like it was painful for the Wolves man there. But, yeah. Or he holds his back. I could give him some jip. Hopefully he's all right. But would have been nicer to see Enisu now, you know, get the better of him there. And him not make that challenge that hurt himself. Forwards, Wolves come left-hand side. Making sure that they're shepherded out of danger. Billing having a little battle there. A lot of grabbing going on, but the referee lets it go. A lot of fans seem not to rate Unal, but I do a lot. How about you guys? I think he's a solid player. I think he offers something a little bit different. He's not prolific in any sorts, but you know, he's a decent player. I think he needs more minutes under his belt, but is he going to get that here? Because of course we're in quite a nice position where we don't have a lady just rubbing her eyes.
That's a great bit of commentary, that is.
She obviously,
a lady's there rubbing her eyes.
Well, obviously she doesn't want to watch what, you know, is...
Wolves can we elaborate? Like, oh, there's a Wolves fan in the crowd and she's rubbing her eyes in dismay of this performance. There's a woman there rubbing her eyes. Fantastic.
There we go. So you're treated to the best here, aren't you?
In my terms of, you know, I made that quite clear on cherry picking the other night. I like what he gives you from the bench. He's totally different striker to Even Nielsen, gives you something different. Same when Solanke was here, he gives you something different to what Solanke was giving us at the time.
Yeah.
I think I don't think he's really ever going to be a first team starter with Elvin Nelson fit, which hopefully he stays fit. But yeah, he gives you that something different, that different edge.
Mm.
Billing picks the ball up on the D. Elvin Nelson's in the box.
No, it's not Elvin Nelson, it's Enisu now.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And I can't even get the names right.
They both start with E.
Has Billing got into the game? He has, actually.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah. He's been involved in quite a bit of this since he's come on. It's nice to see him on. Obviously, he's not had a lot of minutes.
He's a good lad, Phil Billing. You know, I've met him a couple of times. He's a very quiet, he's a very reserved guy. He doesn't ooze confidence. He's a confidence player.
Yeah,
we've seen that before. But you know, he's come on and he's done all right so far.
He's been involved, didn't he? He's got himself involved in the game. So, and he put the ball through there for corner of Bournemouth.
Who now? Struck it. That was difficult. He had to go find a way through a whole group of people there. Lots of them Wolves players.
Crashed at the ball there, didn't he?
Well, it was difficult. You know, he had one chance. There was players already running at him and was aware.
And the Wolves fans
are buggering off. They've had
what
enough.
You probably should have said was there's some fans leaving.
Wolves
no
fans
detail.
leaving.
Don't give too much detail.
Yeah.
Craig.
Yeah.
Don't give too much detail. Let people guess.
Man's puffed out his cheeks there.
Yeah. There's a woman. She's rubbing her eyes.
Woman rubbing her eyes.
That is the line of the day.
A man's puffed out his cheeks.
A woman
He's
is
not happy.
rubbing her eye.
Yeah.
I mean, this is sort of dying off now from our point of view. We're kind of, just sitting in for the win now, aren't we? We're doing the bare minimum, really.
Kirkes.
Has he been slapped in the face?
Yeah, I think there was a. Oh, he's holding his face. He looks in some discomfort. Yeah, he does look in some real discomfort. What happened there? Oh,
Crystal Palace have equalised against Newcastle.
There we are.
In the 94th minute of the game.
There we are. There we are. We are only a point behind Newcastle United. If Palace win that.
Palace has scored both goals in that game.
Yeah.
To be fair, I didn't. I watched the Newcastle West Ham game on Monday night, and I thought Newcastle would beat West Ham. But I tell you what, West Ham put in a great performance, and Newcastle didn't look very good at all. So I think Eddie's got a bit of an issue on his hand up there. He's going to have to get Europe up there this season. I don't think they'll expect anything less, really.
He's done a great job, to steer them clear of relegation. But I think he's got a very, very tough job on his hands now.
So just keep possession, guys.
As well as that, what's he? Amanda Staveley and Mamas Gardy, is it? I think they were big supporters of Eddie Howe. They've both left Newcastle United, and I think there's a little bit of friction between him and some of the.
I don't think that new director of football's helped either, is it?
No, I don't.
Is that
think
9 minutes?
8 minutes again.
8 minutes again.
So, yeah.
8 minutes from 3 points on the board. So, in terms of the live table, that does place us at 11th, 1 point behind Newcastle, as you said.
Fulham and Manchester United yet to play. I think, both of those teams can overtake us in the table.
But again, it's 3 points on the board, isn't it?
Exactly. West Ham probably won't do. They're quite a way back in, the goal difference stakes. And then you've got a big gap forming now to Everton and Leicester, Crystal Palace. This puts Wolves back in the drop zone. Ipswich are on the 9 points. And Southampton are marooned.
I still think Wolves go down. I still think
this could be a very, very good weekend. Who have Everton got? I can't. I've not really got much of an interest in Everton, but at the end of the day, looking at that relegation fight, Everton, this could be a very good weekend for them, really. Could be a very, very good weekend for Everton fans.
What start to the game? Clive at 3rd minute, Kirkes 8 minutes, and then in between that, sandwiched between that was the Wolves goal. Erratic 10 minutes.
It was, it was. I didn't have the bloody scores ready. I didn't ever think it was going to go up that high.
No. 8 minutes to see this game out.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a Wolves fan, you're eagerly hoping in those 8 minutes you can get 2 goals at least, trying to salvage something out of the game. But from our perspective, it's a case of just seeing the game out and taking those 3 points.
Most of them are fucked off on the bus home. Excuse the French. Some good French there, wasn't it?
There's a man scratching his nose in the crowd.
There is, yes. Yeah. There's also a man, I can see him in the far corner putting his orange coat on at this moment in time.
Yeah, Craig is a very observant person and likes to give a lot of description. Hell of a game for the neutral, which just said at the start that it would be a good game for the neutral if goals were provided, and we've been blessed with goals on this one. So
this is
and luckily we're on the right side of the goal tally.
Got to be first on match of the day, don't you think? Or is it going to be the Brentford-Leicester game?
Brentford-Leicester's got a bit more probably weight behind it with Ruud van Nistelrooy going in there, taking over shortly, and Then you obviously had the Brighton Southampton game last night, which I doubt would be first. But
Oh, there's a sea of them now leaving. They've had enough now.
any chance of Gary O'Neill out?
I think there's going to be some boos. And I think the Muppets are going to they're probably going to be thinking more towards Kermit the Frog than the Einstein Muppet.
Smithy's just taking one to the face there as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a
Kepa's,
good afternoon so far from our point of view.
Kepa's appealing. Let's just have a look.
The goals we conceded with any disappointment.
Oh
really
no, it wasn't. It was on the back of the leg. Cunha, yeah, bit of a. Oh, Cunha's not happy. Philip Billings having a bit of a laugh with him, but he's kind of brushed Billing away. Cunha's going to get a booking here, and deservedly so, I think.
There's a man there with a bubble hat.
Yeah,
Craig.
man with there with
There's
a bubble
man with a bubble hat.
There's some angry Wolves fans.
The Craig Beasley observation.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
But
Exactly.
In terms of the 2 goals we have conceded, they were disappointing goals to concede, I think.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you score more, you win games. It's very simple,
most
isn't
definitely.
it?
Yeah.
But it would have been nice not to have conceded the goals in the manner we did. But I mean, that's just being ultimately picky, isn't it?
Yeah.
You would take 4-2 at the start of the day all day long, And I would have taken a draw. I think any points you get away from home is massive anyway. But
yeah, definitely. Kirkes picks up the ball. He's going to throw it in. Oh no!
Is he going to throw it in? Or is he going to throw it out?
He's going to throw it in.
He's going to throw it in.
Yep. Goes to Enisu now, and Enisu now wins another throw on. Kirkes will move forwards,
and he probably put this one in the box, won't he?
I think so.
Looks like it.
Yeah, he's going to launch this over.
Or is he looking for Christie?
Well, he might go back to Christie. No, he's going to go to Tavs. Tavs is going to try and turn his man. He's done very good there. And another throw on. That's surely to us. Another Bournemouth throw, surely. Enisu now. And it's a Wolves goal kick. And it's fizzling out there. There's a lady with an oversized coat there. She's not looking very happy. Obviously, she's a Wolves fan. And now the politician. She's just taken the coat off and she's like, oh, I'm on TV. Oh, yeah, I'm the politician. And yeah, Wolves have kicked it straight forwards. And yeah.
Is there something vibrating?
Oh, I don't know what that is. Yeah, I'll ignore that. Hi, I'm Ed Winchester.
Was this what you were walking around Paris with?
Yes, it was. You've seen that video, haven't you?
Well, it didn't excite me, but
it wasn't the most exciting, to be honest.
So, have you seen any women with hoods up today?
Yes, I have. Yes. Did you see some?
Mad. As you can tell, the game is fizzling out.
Yes.
We are just trying to keep possession, run the game down, run the clock down, keeping the ball in Wolves' half, and keeping them away as far away from our goal as possible. We've got a minute left to play, and
Christie's knocked into, but he's a warrior, and it's not going to bother him. Tran Larson looks angrily over at the referee, but isn't going to really do much. Oh, here we are. Dongo on the ball. No, fizzled out there. Bit like this game has. I think everybody, Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Do you know what? I'm either new John Motson or Clive Tilsley.
All the games are full time now.
All the games for full time.
Yeah.
A very busy period.
Brentford 4, Leicester 1, Palace 1, Newcastle 1, Forest 1, Ipswich 0.
Maybe you should do, what do you call it, the classifieds?
Oh, yeah, it was the same bloke every tea time. I remember that.
Yeah.
Every Saturday tea time, come home from football.
I don't think he actually ever retired, did he? I think he has passed away, sadly, now. There we are, the end of the game. Gary O'Neill shakes the hand of Andoni Iraola. He's not very happy, as you can see, but, you know, is this the last that Wolves fans will see of Gary O'Neill? I'm sure they'll give him a
does his former club give him the chop?
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of talk for a long time, isn't there, about his position?
And this is like Dave said from Talking Wolves, this is a period of games where they need to start picking up points, Wolves. I'm, based on this, they're good enough going forwards, Matt. Wolves. They're not good enough defensively.
I wouldn't say they played badly. I wouldn't say they played like a relegated threatened side, but they do concede. Obviously, 3 of our goals they were from the spot, but obviously they conceded the penalties.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, it's going to be a tough season for them, and I still think, unfortunately, they go down.
Yeah. Justin Kluivert, is he going to go and get the match ball? There you go. He's an happy bunny. Gary O'Neill applauds his fans.
And there's the boos ringing out.
Yeah.
Not as bad as I thought they would be.
No.
But
he looks
that's
like
because most of them have got home.
Well, yeah, most of them have buggered off. Look, you can tell where the Bournemouth fans are. There's a big congregation in the corner there. And yes, that's our fans. But yeah, you can see the Wolves logos very, very clearly. They are not happy. And yeah, we're just seeing the goals again now. Evan Nilsson, fantastic today. Fantastic. Kluivert, the first penalty, played just into Jose Sarr's right-hand side. Of course, Evan Nilsson then won a second penalty, which Justin Kluivert put to the left this time of Jose Sarr, before Wolves did score again. Justin Kluivert's third penalty, again, a bit like the first one, very, very well taken. So he goes home with the match ball, and they're not going to show us the rest of them. They're not going to show us Kirkos's.
No, but let's have a quick look through the stats quickly before we tie off.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. Yeah, let's have a little look. Possession wise, Wolves had more possession. I think
that was definitely in the second half though that they built that up.
Yeah, 12 shots. We were definitely more of a danger moving forwards. Shots on target, we had 8 towards his 3. The expected goals, I don't go too much off this, but 3.19 for us.
Our pass accuracy was slightly less than theirs. They had 85 to our 77, but overall,
it's scoring goals which win the games, and that will put AFC Bournemouth up to 11 spots. So we're top of the bottom half. So 5 wins, 3 draws, 5 defeats, a +1 goal difference, 18 points going into that big game against Spurs at Dean Court on Thursday. And just looking forwards to that, I think that if we play like this, we've got a chance. It depends what Spurs team turns up. Spurs looked very, very good against Manchester City. There is no doubt about that. They also looked absolutely terrible against Ipswich. Spurs are just Spursy. And yeah.
It's going to be a difficult game. It's not, I'm not going to write Spurs off, to be honest, because it's going to be a tricky game. But it's we got a nice one, guys. We both got back on track. We need to show these big boys Long-haired Yeti's Cave. Yeah.
There we are.
Forest
Thank you very much.
Forest fan, I think. Forest fan.
Yes, I think so.
Forest fan.
Yeah, I think you are. Yeah. If you're not, just correct.
No,
us.
I'm pretty certain.
Yeah.
I think I've
sure,
seen him. Is it Early Doors? I've seen him on.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Some channel that we've been on or we've worked alongside. But fair play to your guys. They got the win today, which has obviously got them back on track. We face Spurs next.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough one against Spurs. I'm not going to write them off, but Craig is right.
They're very, very. They were right.
Yeah, Forest there.
Forest till I die.
But yeah,
play,
like Craig said,
play.
depends on what Spurs side turns up. We've beaten them before, so we can beat them again. And I think, I am more confident now that we can get a result against them, whichever side turns up.
Exactly.
But we're going to obviously welcome Mr. Dom back, who's obviously a hero of the club. And just hope he doesn't score and hope he has a bad evening, and then I wish him all the best for the rest of the season. But
exactly, likewise, mate, likewise.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I do like a trip to Nottingham Forest. Trip to Nottingham Forest, City Ground, good stadium,
good ground.
And you also get to go to Hooters before the match as well. That's where I spent most of my student loan. I've paid it off now, finally.
Nice.
All these years later.
Nice.
That's
On that note, I suppose that wraps things up.
I think
That's
so.
been the watch along, isn't it? We've done.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. It's been a real pleasure. If you haven't hit the like, the subscribe, the bell button, please do it. Go watch our recent cherry picking. Smart dressed man. Spurs Jekyll and Hyde team beat City and lose to Ipswich.
This is it.
Completely. That's why they're not really in contention, is because they do stupid things like that.
Because they're Spursy.
On paper, they're a decent enough side, but I think.
So I'll do that.
Yeah, I think it's
when you're ready. When you're ready to close things.
No, see,
I think that's
Matt's got it all to hand, but I think it should be good. Yeah, watch our cherry picking. Right, so. You got to watch our cherry picking show from this week. Really interesting. But do go and watch out the last one as well. Last week, because we had Mark Pugh and Neil Meldrum. If you are a Bournemouth fan, I don't need to tell you who they both are. If you're not a Bournemouth fan, Mark Pugh is an absolute legend who was signed from Hereford United. Was it for 40,000?
It went to a tribunal.
Tribunal, didn't it? Yeah. But that's the figure that I've heard.
A bargain, anyway, for the service that the guy gave the club.
Yeah. And Neil Meldrum is the head writer for...
He's now...
I should say, yeah.
He's now... he's got his own media company, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Yeah,
great guy anyway, and very, very helpful in the podcast that we did with him.
Yeah, most
very
definitely.
Helpful, and who we appreciate greatly.
Oh, most definitely. We've got loads of interviews on there as well. We've got some stuff coming up as well very soon. So make sure hit the like, subscribe, the bell button below. It helps this channel to grow. Again, thank you from me and Matt. And we shall see you in the next one.
Yeah. Cheerio.
TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.